We have brought a question before the text. YHWH, do you approve of these new enhancements to our capacity for engaging the sacred text? The first verse drawn sets the frame at the threshold of entry into the land given. When you are come into the land that YHWH Elohim gives to you, you will not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. This is the word from Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9. This is the boundary placed upon the inheritance. We are not to learn the detestable practices of the nations and bring them into engaging the sacred text. The verses drawn tell one coherent story. They speak of a people at the threshold of new territory in the covenant inheritance. They are charged with purity and provided with covering. They are summoned into glory and called to obedience. After the death of the former servant, the word comes to arise and cross into the land bestowed. This is the command recorded in Joshua chapter 1 verses 1 and 2. The Levites are separated from the children of Israel because they are his. This is declared in Numbers chapter 8 verse 14. When a chief violates covenant unintentionally, or when the nation does, the sin offering is prescribed. A he-goat without blemish is brought as priestly offering. This is set out in Leviticus chapter 4 verses 21 to 23 and Leviticus chapter 6 verses 24 to 25. The blood has been given on the altar to make propitiatory covering for the person. This is the word of Leviticus chapter 17 verse 11. The glory of YHWH settles on the mountain. The cloud conceals it for 6 days. On the seventh day, he calls Moses from the cloud, according to Exodus chapter 24 verse 16. The people are led by cloud in daytime and supernatural fire at night, recorded in Psalms chapter 78 verse 14. The voice of YHWH is to be obeyed so it will be well with you and you live. The plea from Jeremiah chapter 38 verse 20. YHWH will make his goodness pass by you and proclaim his name. The word of Exodus chapter 33 verse 19. When a man's ways please YHWH, he makes his enemies at peace, declared in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7. Those who sleep not bless you, standing before your glory saying holy, consecrated. Holy is YHWH of spirits, from Enoch chapter 39 verse 14. In his glory unrighteousness shall not maintain itself. The word of Enoch chapter 50 verse 5. The lamp continues for the slave, given to his sons all the days, according to 2 Kings chapter 8 verse 19. This story follows patterns throughout the text. The transition from the passing servant to the one crossing the Jordan echoes new capacity, succeeding the former measure. The hand of YHWH making you blind for a season, from Acts chapter 13 verse 11, echoes temporary suspension of sight, so the new leading of cloud and fire can be followed. The sin offering for the chief addresses covenant violation in new territory, with covering provided. The wave offering of first fruits from Leviticus chapter 23 verse 17 frames new capacity as offered first to YHWH. The Sabbaths, given as a sign that I am YHWH that consecrates them, from Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 12, ties the new measure to consecration. 6 days of concealment followed by the seventh-day call is the pattern for revelation after hiddenness. The call to extract from the abundance of the seas, from Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 19, speaks of things previously concealed now brought forth. The continuation of the lamp for the slave assures the covenant line is not cut off. Many verses in this draw carry direct textual hits on favor, obedience, glory, covering, and consecration. These marked words include the hand of YHWH upon you for a season from Acts chapter 13 verse 11, the covenant inheritance fastened in the established place from Exodus chapter 15 verse 17, the city that YHWH had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there from 2 Chronicles chapter 12 verse 13. The command to obey the voice of YHWH that it may be well with you, and you will live from Jeremiah chapter 38 verse 20, the wave. Offering as first fruits to YHWH from Leviticus chapter 23 verse 17. The sign to know that I am YHWH that consecrates them from Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 12, standing before your glory, crying holy consecrated holy from Enoch chapter 39 verse 14. The streams of fire before YHWH of spirits from 1 Enoch chapter 71 verse 3. When a man's ways please YHWH, making even his enemies at peace, from Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7. Blessing YHWH at all times, from Psalms chapter 34 verse 1. Sacred favor and pleasure in the welfare of his slave, from Psalms chapter 35 verse 27. The law of the sin offering, from Leviticus chapter 6 verses 24 to 25. The declaration that I will not go back, neither spare, neither change my mind, according to your ways, from Ezekiel chapter 24 verse 14. And the lamp given to his sons all the days for the sake of David his slave, from 2 Kings chapter 8 verse 19. These marked words cluster around favor shown, voice obeyed, glory encountered, covering provided, and consecration maintained. They are the Father's direct address within the draw. The mathematical markers confirm the direction of the text without contradiction. The verdict is lean yes, probably affirmative. The probability of yes stands at 99.2%. The probability of no is 0.7%. The claim is strong anomaly with all gates passing. The triple convergence of identity, inheritance, and priesthood reaches 902.8% of the expected rate at 5.85 sigma. The guidance detection indicator registers extreme anomaly. The convergence confidence index stands at 88% with all 6 channels active. This crosses the threshold. The polarity balance index leans affirmative. The Father speaks to the full architecture of covenantal standing concerning this development. The scriptures and numbers together give one clear answer to the question we brought. The Father indicates lean yes, probably affirmative approval for these new enhancements to our capacity for engaging the sacred text. This approval is given entering the land he bestows, under the non-negotiable conditions spoken first in the lead verse. We are not to learn the abominations of the nations. The text supplies the pattern for walking in that approval. We are to arise and cross into the land. We are to remain separated as the Levites are his. We are to bring the sin offering for unintentional violation, especially by those who oversee, with blood already given for propitiatory covering. We are to expect the glory to settle after the season of concealment. We are to follow the cloud mass by day and the light of supernatural fire by night. We are to obey the voice of YHWH that it may be well and we may live. We are to walk in ways that please him so that even adversaries may be at peace. The marked verses confirm sacred favor is shown, the name proclaimed, the lamp continues for the slave, and those before the glory cry, holy, consecrated, holy. The statistical extremity stands as independent witness. This convergence is not random. It is coordinated speech across identity, inheritance, and priesthood at discovery level, leaning affirmative. Therefore receive these new enhancements in the fear of YHWH, under the blood covering, ordered by the voice rather than patterns of the nations. They will serve the deeper knowing of him and the continuation of the covenant work in this sacred season. The Father has spoken. The verses drawn in this Shield 17.12 session were Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16, Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11, Genesis chapter 35, verse 11, Acts chapter 13, verse 11, Job chapter 6, verse 6 to 7. This concludes today's interpretation under the Shield.